Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Euro Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. It is time to look at an insane Limitless Draft team for Matchday 2. We're going to have a quick look at Matchday 1, but we got to move on. We've got to look at the best options for Matchday 2 and we need to fix our teams now because I don't want to get to that stage where we're so close to the deadline and I'm panicking. So yeah, if you haven't already, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video. Hopefully this video will get up to about 200 likes as it helps my channel out a lot. Follow me on Twitter as well. I'll put it in the comments below. That's where you get my final decisions and updates. Okay, so here we go. So before I continue, I just want to give you guys a little update on my team for Matchday 1. I already went through all of my players in detail on my previous video, so please check that out. But little update, I brought in Ferran Torres in for tonight's games. I removed Deneri. So any player that is around 0 points, I'm going to be removing that player like a couple hours before the deadline. But any players that I have that I'm thinking to switch with my substitutes that has some points, I always like to wait just before the deadline ends. So I like to wait as long as I can, just in case I might get some news. So yeah, 64 points, great start. Still got 3 players left yet to play. Let's have a quick look at the league. It's been updated, and as you can see, 18,669 rank. So really good rank. I'm hoping that I can push onwards now to the top 10k. We still got Matchday 2, Matchday 3. Then we'll see where we at. You know, when we are around that round of 16s, we will know exactly where we might finish. So decent start. Let's look at my new team for Matchday 2. So as you can see, this is my new team. Now, I'm going to be going through each of my players and why I picked them. And I'm going to be looking at other alternatives, okay? So I'm going to be trying my best to look at some of the best transfers to make for Matchday 2. Now, when you're looking at this team, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is going on here? Well, there is a lot of differentials. And to be honest with you, using the Limitless chip is a differential itself. Because you can pretty much go ahead and get any player that you want, no matter what the budget is. So let's just have a look at the strategies here before we go through each of my players. So captain strategy. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 captains to pick from for Matchday 2. So we gotta kind of nail that first. So as you can see, like with my team, I've got a lot of Italian players, so I'm thinking to captain Insigne. And in the Thursday game, I'm thinking to captain Lukaku. Friday's game, Harry Kane, if I do bring him into my team. But right now, I've got Sterling, and I can always go for Luka Modric against Czech Republic. And for the Saturday game, this is the last game, I've got Mbappe against Hungary. So yeah, this is pretty much one of the first things that you need to be looking at. Set your captain strategy and then kind of work around that. Other cheeky strategy that I wanted to show you guys is this bottom here. Pressing this button will show you guys exactly when your players will play. This will help you guys out a lot when you are sorting your team out. Okay. Now, as for this team, yes, you know, we only went through Matchday 1 and most of us are going to go for players that actually returned. However, there's a couple of players in this draft that hasn't returned that could return in Matchday 2. So I'm just going to start off with the defense, and then I'm going to go with midfielders and then strikers. Then I'm going to be looking at other alternatives, okay, to kind of help us out. So Spinazzola, 8% owned, 5.5. He got 9 points in the last game against Turkey, kept a clean sheet and assist, and he was bombing forward. He could have got an assist, he could have got a goal, he could have got so much more points, and what a player to actually own. Great fixture here against Switzerland for Italy to do well in. The other player that I have to mention that could be a must-have for Matchday 2 is Thomas Meunier. 10% owned, 5.5, 15 points. He has scored a goal, assisted, and kept a clean sheet, although he only played 63 minutes. So this is a little bit of a concern. However, if he's going to be in the box if a defender is going to be in the penalty box, I'm going to bring that player in, no matter what. So that's why he's in my team. Next up is Zinchenko, 5.5, 9% owned. I know that he didn't bring any points against Netherlands. However, a lot of people will be looking at him for match day 2 because they are going to be playing against North Macedonia. North Macedonia lost against Austria 3-1, and I can see them conceding. Now that Ukraine has lost the first game, they need to go all out to kind of win the game here. They've got a good chance to win, to get a lot of goals, and I think this is what's going to happen. And the next player is Dumfries from Netherlands, 5.5, 2% owned, scored a goal, although he conceded 2 goals. I think that Netherlands will concede. However, a player to watch out for because he was in the box so many times and I can see him getting more returns. And my final defender so far is Pavard. I know him from the Champions League game. He has returned a lot for me in that game, but a great fixture here for France against Hungary. That's why I bought him in. 6 million though, so he's actually quite expensive, but with the Limitless chip, it doesn't really matter. And as for the goalkeepers, I doubled up on the defense on Italy, so I bought in Donnarumma. That is 29% owned right now, so it's highly owned. And I got Lloris, so another French defender. Now, I might change things around. I might go for Griezmann, but I think there is a lot of attacking positions that we need to kind of look at as well. So yeah, that was the defense and the goalkeepers. Let's look at the midfielders. Now, as for the midfielders, I got a couple of differentials that is not on everyone's radar. So I'm basically breaking the template. Look at Modric, 4% owned, 8.5, and I think this is a very good fixture for Croatia to do well in and actually win. They need to go for it, and he is their main player to get some returns. I know it's 8.5, but with the Limitless chip, like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter. So it's not on everyone's radar. It's someone that is a differential of mine that I want to try my luck. You know, if I want to try my best to push in the top 10k, 5k, you know, a big return from him could get me there instantly. So he is an option. I know it's not on everyone's radar, and I'll be looking at my other options as well, but we will see. Gareth Bale, 5% against Turkey. Turkey did not look that good against Italy, but Italy just played so much better. However, when Turkey had the ball, they couldn't keep the ball at all. They lost the ball a lot of times. It's just nothing really worked out really well for them. And I want to attack it. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think Turkey will do well. However, if Wales does well, it's going to be from Gareth Bale. And this is the only time that I can bring in Gareth Bale. That is 9.5. So big differentials. The other player that is on my radar that pretty much no one owns is Yarmolenko. Scored a fantastic goal, and I think he is on penalties. If I'm looking at this North Macedonia team, if I'm thinking that they're going to concede a lot, he is one of the players to actually score a lot of goals in and get some returns. My captain option here, Insigne, you know what he can do. He's a fantastic player. He had a lot of chances to actually score more goals against Turkey. He loves taking shots, innit? He loves that curler kind of shot. A decent fixture. I think it's going to be a tight game, but if a player is going to return, it's going to be from him. A nailed on player, 8.5. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. He's a very good captain option. And last but not least is Raheem Sterling, 2% owned. Like, even with the Limitless chip, even if he gets about 5%, if it returns, oh my god, that's going to give you a big rank boost. A very good fixture against Scotland. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, and I think England could do well here. Like, I'm looking at Harry Kane as well. So, but I looked at Harry Kane in the highlights, and he just basically did nothing. He did nothing. So, and Sterling did a lot of things. He could have got more. You know, this guy has a lot of chances. He just needs to put them away. He could get so much more points. He played well. That's why he's in the team so far. Now, I know that some of these players has returned in match day 1, but these are the players that we need to look at, and we need to bring them in quickly. We don't have like 10 to 15 game weeks to kind of see what happens. We've got to get these players in that are on form. And for my attackers, I got Kylian Mbappe, 35% owned. We'll see what happens against Germany, but a very good fixture for France against Hungary. I can see Griezmann doing well here. I can see Mbappe. I'm actually thinking to bring in Griezmann in, so there's always that option. But we will see. I'll make my final decision tomorrow. And the other striker is Lukaku. I think I need to have him in my team. He's highly owned. I can't go without. Fantastic captain option as well. He scored 2 goals in the last game against Russia. I can see him doing really well. This guy's on form. You've got to have him in your team. And the last player that I wanted to look at is a massive differential that no one's talking about, is Altam Zuba. I think I pronounced that wrong, but let's continue. So 8.5, only 1% owned. Now I can go for Griezmann, I can go for Harry Kane. There's a lot of players to pick from, but I'm looking at my options, you know. I'm trying my luck on like massive differentials. But yeah, I probably would go to Griezmann, to be honest with you, or Harry Kane. But I just want to talk to you guys about this player. He played actually pretty well against Belgium. He kept the ball, he passed the ball well, he's such a threat. And against Finland, who like didn't, I think they had like 1 shot or something against Denmark. Denmark had like 19 shots, or maybe even 20. That is a lot of shots. And I can see Russia doing well here. So a big differential, but I'm not saying that I'm gonna like pick him, but I just want to talk to you guys about like massive differentials. So I'm pretty certain at the end I'll probably bring in Griezmann or something, but you never know. You know, if you wanna try your luck on a player that could get a return, there you go. But anyways, that is pretty much it, guys. I thought I'll show you guys this team. I will be making my final decisions tomorrow, so I want to hear your thought, okay, in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys are thinking to do, what strategies that you're going for, which players have I missed. I'm pretty certain that I have missed a lot of players. I will be looking at different options. I will be looking at the different strategies. I might like double up on a certain team or triple up on them. I might not. But I'm pretty much there. I think I'm around 80% there. So yeah, the 3rd striker position, the 5th midfield position, and I might change 1 or 2 of my defenders. But that is pretty much it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you. Please do subscribe if you're new. Hopefully this video will get up to about 200 likes. Follow me on Twitter for any kind of updates. And that is pretty much it. Good luck on the remaining games, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.